Professor and Director of French and Summers in France, Pierre Etienne is one of COC's most cultural individuals. Born on 1953 in the west coast of France, Pierre Etienne was raised primarily in his native country, but aimed for an education in the U.S., where he aspired to teach the French language. Teaching for 39 years in 4 U.S. states and 3 countries, Pierre has influenced students learning France's beautiful language with his French charm and his passion for teaching.
Since I really love what I do, so it gives me immense satisfaction. I often tell my students that when I get up in the morning, I don't feel like I'm going to work. I think I'm just going to go have fun that day.
Brigitte!
Having traveled to over 21 countries, Professor Pierre has captured the unique cultural differences in the education system and used it to help teach and inspire his classes.
Most of the countries I've visited, and that includes France, have more rigorous educational systems than the United States. That is, they have a more difficult set of hoops to jump through before they finish their high school.
When asked about the biggest difference between youth culture in France and the U.S., Pierre gave us a small insight at what he thought was the biggest contrast.
French people are perhaps more politically aware than their American equivalents. They're probably more open and more aware of the world, simply because they're exposed. By virtue of being in Europe or being elsewhere like that, you get exposed to many, many different things that you might not get to see if you live in the United States.
One of Pierre's main aspirations is to influence students to experience the world outside the normality they are used to. It is easy to see how Pierre's extensive knowledge of his unique and artistic views reflect in his classroom. A way of pushing the boundaries of language and culture, and that is something we should all aspire to do someday. This is Toledano with Cougar News.